What's up guys, welcome back. Just came back from the gym. Today it's Saturday and I worked on biceps, triceps, traps, trapezius, and today is day ketogenic diet day 234. I skipped 4 days filming, and so it's day 44. Saturday, regardless, I went to gym every day 6 times a week, and wanted to get on to physics update first, and then I'm gonna talk about my kind of weird relationship with MLB, Major League Baseball, when it comes to my life, study abroad, software engineering, traveling, fitness, pretty much like my life abroad outside of Japan, living in North America or Europe, in correlation to Major League Baseball Japanese players. So let's get on to a physics update first. So today I measured my weight. I gained 400 grams from yesterday, probably because I had 400 grams of sour cream. Couldn't resist the temptation. I get that often whenever I feel I have too much food in my fridge. Then I feel like I eat a little bit too much. So 400 grams of probably sour cream accounts for 400 grams weight gain, but not. I started noticing in the past 3 days I'm kind of falling off from a ketogenic diet, which is about getting 70% of calories from 70+% of calories from body fat, and 20% from protein, and then less than 5%, 10% from carbohydrates. I was eating a lot of yogurt, which contained quite a bit of carbohydrates, so I had 60 grams of carb intake yesterday. And also these days, came back from vacation. I'm pretty having a sedentary lifestyle where I work 8 hours, sat on a desk in front of a computer, so I'm not burning as much as before when I was vacation. I was walking all day, 5 hours of cardio on top of strength training. Right now, I only do strength training. Rest, it's sedentary lifestyle. So 1600 calories is probably not enough. It's a little bit too much for me to lose body fat right now. And I'm getting 1800, 1900 calories, which is a little bit over. So probably I need to cut down calorie intake if I want to lose body fat from now on. So it's kind of hard if I'm eating 70% of calories from body fat. That means I can't eat so much, because high fat food has high calorie intake, and 1600 is not much. Thinking is that I'm gonna switch to low carb diet, but I'm gonna take medium fat and medium protein intake, so that I feel much stronger and I can eat a little bit more. Still, if it's low carb or low carb, then it doesn't really influence my it doesn't really affect so much fat storage hormone. So I think I can go by, but I need to be careful I'm not taking too much protein, because protein can be converted to carbohydrates as well. Yeah, so it's been 44 days, and I only started losing my weight only until after I went to vacation, where I started having 3-4 hours of cardio on top of strength training. And during that time, I didn't take much carbohydrates because I was kind of scared of gaining weight. I didn't have much control over my diet. I was on the go all the time, so I was a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more careful with what I eat, what I put in my mouth. So I ended up not taking so much carbohydrates, ice cream, or just a little bit of sugar. So that plus a lot of cardio accounts to losing body fat and body weight as well. So I can see a little bit body fat loss in my abdominals as well as my face fat. So that's about it for physics update, day 44. I want to lose a little bit one more time, one more round of maybe a week and a half of like serious dieting and exercising, so that I can get down to like maybe like 6% body fat. I think right now 7.5-ish. Anyways, so that's that, and I want to talk about my relationship with Japanese baseball player throughout my life outside of Japan. So I came to Canada 2010 for university to study computer science, right? Some of you guys already know, and I'm working as a software engineer. During the time, my English wasn't as fluent as mine right now, and it was completely changed from like my life in my home country with my home like mother tongue Japanese to a complete 180 change to a Western English speaking country. And I need to struggle obviously because I didn't have any friends, didn't know anything about computer science. I wasn't ready to adapt to Western kind of academic style system. So during the time, I felt like I needed to work harder than everybody else to compete against other students, and so I did. I got 4.13 GPA, 4.17 out of 4.33 GPA from two colleges, community colleges, before I transferred to a four-year university, which is like one of the top universities in Canada, and I did land internship jobs at pretty reputable global, everybody knows about those companies like Microsoft. So I landed those internships. I was pretty happy, I was super happy about it. But during the time, like I was studying for computer science, didn't make sense. It's all like abstract, low-level things, and everything is in your mind, right? You can't see computer science or software engineering physically because it's not hardware engineering. You could see a little bit like computer chips and some hardware if you're studying computer engineering, but I was studying software engineering, computer science. So everything's like in a binary 0101 or like data structures like array, list, or database, a relational database, XML, whatnot. So everything was abstracted, and it was pretty hard, and it was hard. And during that time, I watched a Japanese Major League Baseball player playing for, like, let's say in Seattle Mariners, Iwakuma or Ichiro or Darvish, all those players playing, and I was watching them and kind of like getting inspiration from those Japanese players coming to North America at one of the top leagues in the world. So they are pretty much competing against the top A player in the world. And for me, I kind of got inspiration from them. Like I see myself in them, and that I need to fight against totally different change in environment as well as in a much more competitive market. So for me to take a job at Microsoft in North America, which is like one of the top 4 tech companies in the world, I kind of see like a similar thing. Like I need to be really good, like globally, and I need to be competitive. And also I need to fight against, like I need to adjust, I need to overcome some difficulties like language barriers, like culture, the way we get evaluated, performance-wise. It's a little bit different from Japanese one. So I needed to adapt, and I kind of look up to those guys because they come to North America. They need to adapt not only to a different measurement of their own professional performance, but also like a cultural, personal life as well. Because it's not just work 8 hours. There's a personal life after, right? So you need to adapt to that, and also like social circle, friends. They come here alone without any friends or family. So I got really great inspiration, and I kind of motivated myself to push myself further, because if they can do it, I can do it. And one lesson from that, in my case as well, is that as long as you have skills, the nationality or ethnicity, the skill is going to transcend those where you're coming from, how you look, as long as you're valuable to the relative market. So that's that lesson I got. As long as you're skilled, you are valuable to the team player, company, team, then they're gonna welcome you. And so you wanna be a really skilled, valuable player. So, same thing applies to me. I'm Japanese living in Canada, but I got many job offers, many, quite a bit by raise, promotion, I got visa support, I got work visa, and I got welcome to a new company, other companies in other countries as well, getting interviews from like top companies like Amazon, Intel, Microsoft, Google, whatnot. And also got a job offer from like Europe as well. So as long as I'm good, as long as I provide some valuable skills, knowledge, then they're gonna welcome me. So that transcends the border, that transcends ethnicity, nationality, where you're coming from, what's your transcends your first mother tongue. It'll transcend your national border because everybody wants a good piece of it. So thank you guys for watching. That was like a weird relationship between me, my life, past 7-8 years with Japanese major league baseball player. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. I'm gonna go eat a cheap meal, all you can Japanese food. I'm gonna get fat.